Welcome to Childcare Challenges podcast and Dilemma and Daycare. Today we're with a beautiful Nilda. She's NASI accredited. She does NASI for childcare providers to become accredited, to better educate herself, professional development, and she does all I can. She'll be sharing a little insight of what it's about and how providers can become NASI and what does she know. Nilda, take it over. The mic is yours.
Hi, good evening. I'm so happy to be here, Tashieanna. Thank you for the invitation. I'm so excited. My name is Nilda Aponte, as Tashieanna already mentioned. I'm the program director, quality director for All Our Kin. All Our Kin is a nonprofit that has been in Connecticut for over 25 years. And we support and we train family childcare educators. So we've been in the business for quite a while. We also have, we have a network. It's a staff network. And our work goes from all the way from licensing, support in the licensing process, to get coaching and improve your quality of service in your program, to different trainings that we offer based on the need of the educator. So, for instance, we have this business course that I'm sure that you already took, Tashieanna, right?
Right.
We have it all over Connecticut. There's some right now that we are offering in Waterbury, in Hartford, in New Haven, Bridgeport, Stamford. So it's pretty much open. There's some trainings that are virtual and some in person. So that's a benefit also for those that cannot travel too far at that time, right? In the evening, we know the important work that all of you are doing. Therefore, we offer trainings in the evening and also on Saturday mornings. And we also support with the accreditation process. I'm the director of that program. And the way that we do it is that we meet with the educator. If this is a goal that they want to acquire, we support them through the journey, right? This is something that NAFCC have created to do on your own as an educator, as a family child care educator. But it's always nice to have that kind of support, right? Someone that can hold you side by side, right? And go through the whole process with you. So we're very fortunate that we've been doing this since 2015. And I've been leading the program. And one of the best things that we have also is that we have created this course. It's called Accreditation Plus series. And it's pretty much to go more in deeper knowledge of child development. And it's not only based on the NAFCC standards, but it's also infused with best practices, with child development. Why is it that we do things? Why is it that NAFCC has these standards, these high quality standards? So we have coaches that work one on one with educators. We also have a group reflection where we come together, the peer learning from each other. We have educators that have been accredited for many years already and are a great support for those that are in the process or fairly new accredited. So pretty much it's like we have this menu of services, right, to support the educators in any of the process that they want. Maybe they don't want accreditation. Maybe they want CDA, right? And although sometimes because of funding, we don't offer the CDA training, we can definitely support them and let them know and share the resources that we might have in the community as well. So we do that. We have a TA component of the work where we are national in different parts of the nation. Other states have come to us.
As someone who, say, for example, in New York, in Texas, in Virginia, and California, that would like to be a part of your program, All I Can, or the one that you said, international, how would they get in contact with you? Say, okay, this is how you go about it. What's the step? What's the process?
Yes, so currently we have offices in the Bronx and also in Connecticut, right? We're all over the Connecticut. We used to serve certain areas of Connecticut, like the greater New Haven, greater Fairfield County. which included Bridgeport, right? But now we're serving the whole Connecticut. So it's open for the whole Connecticut. That's one. And second, we have offices, like I mentioned, right, in the Bronx as well. So other states, what we do with the TA service component of All Our Kin is that the technical assistance works with networks that are already in the community, and we share what we've learned throughout the years here in Connecticut. We share with them the knowledge. We have trained the trainers for the business series, right? We have a network development, which they meet with the network folks in order for them to see how is it that they can either create a network or improve, right, what they're doing and what they're offering in the community. All Our Kin is not opening offices throughout the nation. It's more about us supporting those community organizations to do the work with the community because they know the community better, right? We can just support them and with the process and just sharing our knowledge because we've been in the business for so long.
Okay,
Yes.
so what if someone said, you know what, I have a degree. Why should I become NAFTA accredited? I have for example, I have a bachelor, I have a master, I have an associate. Why should I become CD if I have all that? What's important is to becoming accredited and having CD. I know what it is, right? I
Mhm.
know that you get a better pay rate, but you as a director have been doing this for way longer than I have, right? To be able to explain to them why is it so important for someone to become accredited? What's the benefit of it?
That's a great question, Tashieanna. And I know that many educators also ask themselves that, right? First is a very rigorous process. So it's a lot of work, right? Because you're going to be self reflecting on your practice and what is it that high quality looks like. High quality can be many right ways. The NAFCC, it's a national accreditation specifically for family childcare educators. And this is just as having an accreditation for center based, which we know by NIAC, right? And some people call it NACI. And then we also know that some school systems have accreditation, just like colleges and universities. So the way that I see it, it's like a stamp of quality, right? Once you have an agency, a national agency coming into your program and they observe you for at least 4 to 5 hours, sometimes even more, and they see your practice, the way that you interact with the children, the way that you engage with them, the way that you also interact with families. They rate you based on that. And then, they make the decision based on the scoring that observer will share with the council, the NAFCC council. And then they decide if you get accredited or not. And to be honest, some educators have shared that they have done this on their own because it's a professional development accomplishment, right? It's a goal for them. They want another organization or a recognized national organization to look at their program and say, yes, you are providing high quality care. Therefore, this is the stamp of quality that you're going to have with us, right? Which is NAFCC specifically for family childcare educators. Um, some will do it because the incentive, right? There's a little bit of more money that the state might pay. Some states pay more than others. And some states even continue paying for the reaccreditation every 3 years. So it's based on a personal goal more so, I believe so. I don't know if a lot of families know about this accreditation specifically for family childcare educators and programs. So it's a matter of like us also, sharing that information with parents, what that means and what does it mean for the program and for the children as well. And continue to just, share the information with other organizations and other community members so they're aware that, look, just because I'm doing childcare from my home, it doesn't mean that I'm less of, right, than what a care from the center or from a school system will offer, because I can also get accredited.
Right.
So those are my My learnings from the years of working with the educators.
And then what would you have to say to providers, family child care providers who've been doing this for 20, 30, 15, like myself, who have been doing it for 17 years? Yes, I'm in the process. I want to learn. I'm in the process of becoming accredited. Even though I have my degree, my bachelor, and working on my master, I still want to be accredited. Like you said, quality care. I want that parent comes in, they see that stamp on the wall to say, yes, you know what? Even though she may have, I see her degree, but yes, she's willing to go the extra mile. She's willing to learn for my kids. She's willing to provide efficient care. But what about those providers that look at it and be like, well, I've been doing this for 20, 30 years. You guys just come in with quality care. What are you telling me about going back to school and doing this? Those providers that don't feel like they should be going back to do this, right? They're already putting 30 years. Well, I'm just going to retire and leave. But they still have like another 20 years in them that they could give to these children, right? Maybe 50 more years that they could give. But they just look at CDA and that's accredited as more of a time consumer instead of, you know what, give grandfather in what I already put in, grandfather in my 30 years. What would you have to say to those providers?
I say, hey, this is something that it's got to be a decision that you want to do, right? The support is there, especially here in Connecticut. I know that we have other networks and other organizations that are supporting the educators that want to go through this process, either accreditation or the CDA, but it's a personal decision. And yes, I understand they're doing it for many years. They already have their practice. Some of them are in the process of like retiring soon, and that's okay. That's okay if they don't want to pursue this. It does take some work. It does take a lot of intentionality, right? In the things that you do and why you do it. It takes a lot of reflection, self reflective of your practice and what you offer. So it's not an easy task. So I totally will understand if someone says, no, I've been doing it for quite a few years and I don't need the accreditation quality stamp, right? On my wall for me to show that I'm providing quality care, right? Because there's many right ways. We know that family childcare settings changes. You could have a small space in your home and that's your family childcare space. You can have a whole basement, you can have a whole floor. So there's many right ways of doing this kind of work. So I really encourage those that if you want to pursue it, go ahead, get the support that you need. We're here to support you with that process. And for those that are feel that they don't want to, it's okay. We can continue also providing you with the resources. Like, for instance, if they want to be able to participate in other trainings, it's open for you to participate. If they want to receive some coaching because, they will like to improve in certain areas, we have that as well. We have wonderful coaches that work, alongside with you to improve anything that you want to get better at. And if not, it's okay. This is pretty much like your own decision. And you really need to know what you want in order for you to move forward because we don't want, to just work with someone that sometimes, you feel like, I don't even know if I want to do this because it does require some work.
It does. And again, the reason why I think a lot of us providers, family child care providers or group home or centers or whatever that will want to go through this and get accredited, and especially family child care providers, whether you're in Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, wherever, all over the state, because I know, like you said, NFPCA is it's national. It's accredited. You could be in Connecticut and move to another state, and that accreditation follow you. It just don't stay in Connecticut, does it?
No, it's nationwide. Yeah.
So wherever you go, then what about the CDA? Does the CDA just stay in Connecticut or move to any other
CDA is also nationwide. Yeah.
thing? It's like a degree. It follow you where you're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever. I know that we may say that, you know what, we have too much paperwork. We have the food program, we got the state inspection down our throat. We have now it's the time for NFCCA. We're gonna have that, we're gonna have CDA, we got so much rules and regulations. Well, we have to have rules and regulation, right? These rules and regulations is not only to protect the children, but also to protect us and
Yes,
help us understand that as changes go along and these different homes that children come from, right, and different people and different culture and different backgrounds. And I think from becoming nationally accredited, it teaches you how to how to interact with people from different culture, different backgrounds, and different homes.
absolutely.
And that's how it is. So the benefit of getting nationally accredited is that's one of the benefits. And then as, what would you say to someone who is just starting out? Like they just getting ready to open. They want to go into the daycare field. They want to get accredited. What would you say? How long do they have if they just come in? Can they get accredited right away by going through the process? Or is it a time frame that they have to wait before they become a nationally accredited or the CDA?
When you make the decision that you want to work towards the accreditation, right, through NAFCC, the first thing that you do is you order your self study kit. The self study kit will have the benchmarks, the quality benchmarks. So you start studying those, right? And it's like a self evaluation of your practice. Do you do this? Do you not do that? Do you do it all the time? Do you do it sometimes, right? So you're going to self reflect about your practice and you're going to fill in those questions that they have there. That you need to wait for 6 months, right? And they give you 6 months because they want you to really feel comfortable with the standards. There's over 400 standards, quality standards that NAFCC has for family child care educators. Therefore, they don't want you to rush through this process. After that 6 month period, then you're allowed to submit an application if you feel you're ready for it. With All Our Kin, we provide trainings before that. We provide the coaching that goes along with that. And not only teaching for the test, we're not here to help you like check off, oh, yes, I do this, I do that, right? I need to buy books, I need to buy more toys. We're not here for that. We want to work with you, but in a way that you are aware of your own practice and your own space. And therefore, it comes from you to say, I want to change this because I feel like this is going to be better for the children, right? I want to do this activity because I feel that the children are going to be learning certain skills when I do that. So, this is the way of us coaching, right? We don't coach to teach for the test, to teach for accreditation. We coach so that could be transformative outcomes, not just for the children, but also for you as an educator. And then once you feel like, yes, I'm ready, even though sometimes they're ready and they're like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to submit my application. I'm still scared and nervous, right? For us, because we've been in the program and we've seen their practice more than once, we let them know you are ready and we're here to support you. Let's see what's the next process. And the next process will be to submit the application. We submit the application. It takes about 45 days for NAFCC accreditation team to review the application, and then they will reach out to see when can they do the observation. And one of the things that we have done with All Our Kin is that internally we don't want to be those observers going into the programs, even though some of our staff have been trained to be observers. We want someone from the outside to come into the practice and say yes, because they're going to be more objective, right? When you have a relationship with an educator, you're like, yeah, I know she didn't do this day, but I know that she always does. And it's Tashieanna. Come on. I'm not going to fail her on that, right?
Right.
So we want to be able to have someone from the outside that can come into the program and really see what we see because we've been working one on one with that educator. So to my opinion, I don't want to, say, oh, 6 months you'll be ready. I don't want to say that. It depends on the practice and how much you put into it that is going to decide how long that process is going to be. So some educators have been 7, 8, 9 months, and for other educators have been more than a year and a half. So it really depends.
So then, say for example, now I'm ready. I'm all fired. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I ordered my self study kit. I I'm ready for it. So you're the coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the prerequisites. How many hours? Is there any a certain amount of hours? Well, I know already. But can you explain to them the certain how many hours that they would need at before submit their application? What they would need to submit all your self study kits? So okay, it's not only about getting the self study, check it off, and submitting it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And yet the person is still a process that they got to go through. Like you said, it's a rigorous process, it's a long process, right? They got to get hours, right? They got to go through training. So how many hours does a person need, an individual need, in order to meet these standards, these requirements?
Yes. So, Tashieanna, in order for you to submit the application, you need to have 120 hours of PD within the last 3 years. So if you're going to submit the application, let's say May of 2025, you're going to go back 3 years and you're going to get all those certificates. It's really important that those certificates have the hours, the date, and the hours of training. This includes also CPR first aid, medication, the nutrition trainings, OEC trainings for Connecticut, any trainings that you take elsewhere. It's 120 hours of professional development trainings, right? And those are specifically based on how to improve your business and work with children. So they're going to be about child development, but it's also going to be about business practices. That's why this business training that we offer, which if you attend all of them, is 10 sessions. That's 30 hours that you're going to get there just by attending the business series, right?
Right.
And that we offer it twice a year in different locations. So that's 30 hours. And then you will need the rest, could be in any other type of trainings that you can take anywhere that is specifically about professional development for educators, which is child development.
Say, for example, because I know that WDC, woman, the Women Developmental Grant, they give training, right?
Yes.
Take those classes with them, but they don't give them a certificate. What would you say to them? Like, because I take classes with them and I don't have a certificate with them.
Oh,
What would you say? Because right now I'm doing a business class with them, and I know at the end of the business class we don't really get certificate. It's just more informational service. Would that be a help for someone that's trying to get accredited?
I believe that if you ask them and let them know why do you need a certificate, and it's because you're trying to complete all the professional hours that you need in order for you to submit the NAFCC accreditation application. I hope that they'll be willing, right, to create a certificate. It doesn't have to be nothing fancy, right? It's just a piece of paper that says what type of training, what are the things that you covered, your name, the date, and how many hours, right? So it's very simple, nothing too complicated. They can even write you an email saying like Tashieanna completed this certain amount of hours in our business, whatever it is, right? The title of the training. So I think that definitely reach out to them or any other agency and let them know that the reason why you need the certificate or something that shows that you are taking these professional development trainings is because you're working towards your accreditation.
Okay, and another question. Remember, I said earlier that for some people that have their degree, right? I know that your degree comes to a certain amount of, but I would like for you to explain to them if they have, for example, an associate, a bachelor, or a master's. Well, how many hours does that degree count, and does that degree count towards every 3 years? Is it the same hours, or does having the degree when you have to renew it 3 years later, it goes down?
Great point. So the details of that is on the NAFCC website because it's a little confused, right? Is it a degree in early childhood? You're going to get this amount of hours. Is it a degree in something else? Okay, you have a master's in accounting or business, right? Technically, it's not early childhood, but we're going to give you this amount of hours. And those degrees will count every time you're going to renew. So, for instance, let's say for the first accreditation application, and I can, just don't quote me on that, go directly to the website and see. I haven't checked lately, right, the requirements,
Right.
but what I've learned is that for a certain degree, they count these specific hours, and that never expires. Your degree, you're going to put it every time you submit an application. You're going to put your degree with the amount of hours that it's already allocated from the NAFCC website, right? So make sure that you add that. If you get, I believe it's for an associate's, it's for a bachelor's. I'm not sure for a master's and doctorate, but yes, definitely take advantage of those hours because they do count and they don't expire. Everything else will expire, but
Mhm.
degrees don't expire for NAFCC.
All right. So the same hours that they give you when you first get accredited, right? Will it go over to the next 3 years, the same amount of hours, or it goes less?
Okay, so when you get first accreditation is 120 hours worth of professional development trainings, right? And your degree is included there and everything. For reaccreditation, which is going to be in the next 3 years, every 3 years you need to renew your accreditation. In the next 3 years, now that changes. So that lowers to 90 hours. But the only difference this time is that instead of having all 90 hours, any kind of training now is more specific because now that you are accredited, they require a little bit more intense training. So,
Mm.
for instance, they say from those 90 hours, at least 45 hours need to be in a form of either a college credit, right? Which is 3 credits. I think it's 45 hours worth of um, time, right? For that college credit or in the form of CEUs. I don't know if you've known that some agencies offer continuing educational units, CEUs, that's what they call it. It's more, so some organizations have that. We don't have it. We offer regular training hours, right? So, for instance, if you are part of the Accreditation Plus series, like I mentioned, one of those certificates that I'm going to give you, it will be for an hour and a half because that's what the training that you took. So, an hour and a half, it's in form of just the hours. But these more specific, in-depth trainings that they're going to require you for your reaccreditation, it has to be in a form of CEUs or a college credit. And CEUs, for example, in Connecticut, the OEC has a registry, right? And they offer a whole bunch of trainings. And all of those trainings are specifically CEUs. So when you get the certificate printed, it will say CEU units.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, okay, okay.
And then it will be the same thing every 3 years. Since it's a reaccreditation, it will be 90 hours, but more specific trainings.
So now, how would someone get in contact with you or your program if they would like, or with NAFTA accredited? You can just say the website. We'll put it in the description below. How can someone get in contact with you if they want more information?
Absolutely. So they can reach out to my email, which is Nilda, Nilda, at allourkin.org. They can also reach out to our website and see the menu of services that we offer, which is allourkin.org. And my phone number is 203-909-9151. They can definitely reach out to me, whichever way is more convenient.
Okay, and if someone want to be a coach, like they become accredited, they follow all of this, they do things. NSCCA, they said, okay, we like it. We like what we see. How can someone be a coach for your organization?
Yes, so to reach out to me through either my email or my phone number, and I can guide them where they can get the support that they need to move forward. We want to support every educator that has a goal of getting accredited and any other goals. So please reach out to us. We're here to support all educators.
And it's bilingual, of course, right?
Yes, absolutely. We offer Spanish and English coaching as well and services.
That's great. So with today, it's really information. It's really informational. We have a lot of information how you can become accredited, and it's really good, right? it's really good to get, I think, what, 25% of the payment become a NAFTA accredited. I'm not sure, 25, between 25 and 35. I'm not there yet, so I don't know. When I get there, then I'll let you guys know.
Yes.
I'll let you guys know, most definitely. I'll be coming, Nilda will be coming back. I was
Yes.
So you do get that incentive, and you get it's good to get it because especially with what's going on, we with early education, with childcare, we really need that extra, whatever extra we could get. And if it takes us a better education to get extra payment, then so do it, right?
Yeah,
We're not like my saying now. We're not glorified babysitters. We're professional. We're educated,
that's right.
right?
That's right.
And this
Yes.
educators, you want to educate your those children's future. You help you prepare them for the future. And in order to shape them, you have to shape yourself. Right?
Yes.
My mom would say the blind can't lead the blind. Right? And if I'm blind, how can I lead you to go where you gotta go? Right?
Mhm.
This is why empowering herself and educate herself and make herself become more aware of the changing of the world around us, we could be able to help those babies. But
Yes.
they're older, those free teens and those things that they have. And that's why I love it. And that's why I'm going back. Even though my degree is in behavioral science, I still want to go back. I still want to learn. I'm never too old to learn, right? You never, because things change every day.
Absolutely.
Change. Our children change. And
Mhm.
if we're moving along, we have to be willing and open to change along with that. Right? We have to be willing to think through educators when we're doing these babies. We have to be willing to sit there, educate ourselves so we can better serve the community. We can better
Absolutely.
do that. Right?
Yes.
And that's what this is about. And that's what your job does. And I thank you and for everything that you've done because you're helping me to become better. And this is my coach, and she helping me, and I'm so happy, right? Because you're helping me to become better. You help to change my program, to make my program stronger. And I hope when we finish, I will be that one who can say, Tashieanna, yes, I'm proud.
Yes.
I'm just trying to go as far as possible that I could get educated to do as much as I could do, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. I thank you for all that you've done. I thank you for being that voice of providers. I thank you for being that coach, that one that said, listen, I'm here. Right?
Yes.
Much to us. You've been doing this for so long, and to half of providers, we thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for all you do, Tashieanna. Thank you for being a leader in your community. I know that the community is blessed to have you. Thank you for all the educators, all the work that you guys do. Like, it's amazing. Like, we are so lucky to have you all. So I thank you, thank you, thank you.
And you're welcome. And thank you.